From its inception, the Slater Marietta Elementary Science Club has had a positive impact on its school. Students in the group have worked diligently to plant, mulch, and tend the school garden, water and fertilize trees they have helped to plant, and provide daily care for young trout in a school learning station. Through these activities, club members have increased environmental awareness for all children and adults connected with the school. Their projects will have lasting benefits. The certified wildlife habitat garden enhances the surrounding community, and the trees they planted on the playground will provide shade for its school children for years to come. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation is pleased to present the Slater Marietta Elementary Science Club the Education Award for 2012. One of Tim Lee's talents is his ability to motivate and teach people of all ages from all walks of life. For more than 11 years, he has developed and presented outstanding educational programs, exhibits, and materials for our state. Beyond his duties as an interpretive ranger at Mountain Bridge Wilderness Area, he has volunteered countless hours to environmental groups, leading field trips, presenting at statewide conferences, conducting field observations, and surveying species in protected areas. State parks, schools, community centers, conservancies, magazine editors, and the general public all appreciate his leadership in preserving the environment and enhancing the quality of life in South Carolina. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation is pleased to present Tim Lee with the Outdoor Ethics Award. Joe Dill has worked tirelessly as a Greenville County Council member and as an environmentalist to keep upstate water resources clean. His leadership is evident in projects including the creation of stormwater management divisions in Greenville and a project to rehabilitate the Slater sanitary sewer system. His work with advisory groups and the Saluda Reedy Watershed Consortium has informed other local leaders about the joys and challenges of managing watersheds in the area. Recognizing the importance of resources, not just for clean water, but also for recreation, he helped to develop the Swamp Rabbit Trail along the Reedy River that ends at the Lake Conisty Park, a showpiece for environmental education and recreation. We are pleased to present Joe Dill with the Legislative/Government Award. Whether she is printing signs for a demonstration on the DHAC grounds, gathering petitions against an unnecessary landfill, touring a gold mine site, meeting with the Chamber of Commerce, or testifying before a Senate committee, Nancy Cave always has her facts and is not afraid to ask the tough questions. Though her work with the Coastal Conservation League is centered in Horry and Georgetown counties, she has lent her time and energy to grassroots efforts statewide. She tells stories that convey her passion for clean air and clean water and for the people who are impacted. But most importantly, she empowers local people to speak in their own powerful voices. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation is pleased to present Nancy Cave with the 2012 AIR Award. When a project to improve trout habitats in the South Saluda River was challenged in court, conservationists and volunteers with Partners for Trout and Natural Land Trust responded and overcame the challenge. Natural rock formations called cross veins were built to direct water from the sides of the river to the center to form deep, cool pools for the trout and other fish to use as hiding places and for spawning. The formations also help decrease human foot traffic and erosion on the banks of the river and were designed to have minimal impact on natural vegetation. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation recognizes the South Saluda Trout Habitat Project with the Bootsy Manning Wildlife Habitat Award. The Riverbanks Conservation Support Fund, or CSF, was created to provide financial assistance for conservation-oriented projects and programs that promote preservation of the Earth's biodiversity. Through the CSF, Riverbanks Zoo has contributed significantly to the conservation of native flora and fauna. It has supported conservation and preservation projects ranging from studies of loggerhead turtles and rattlesnakes to composting and recycling projects at the zoo. In addition, CSF has distributed over $330,000 to 118 conservation projects around the globe since its inception in 1996. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation is pleased to present the Riverbank Zoological Park and Botanical Garden with the Wildlife Award. Eighth grader Nicholas Wheeler has volunteered with the Coastal Discovery Museum since he was in the 4th grade. His responsibilities have included phytoplankton monitoring, preparation of materials for educational programs, diamondback terrapin tank monitoring and maintenance, and serving as lead camp counselor. Nicholas has shared his love of our natural resources with other youth by creating Kids Helping Kids Help the Environment, inspiring students in both elementary and middle schools to complete environmental service projects. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation is pleased to present Nicholas Wheeler with this year's Youth Award. Charles Lane first experienced the outdoors as a little boy, hunting with his family in the low-country rice fields. He is inspired by South Carolina's natural bounty and inspires others through his passion and enthusiasm. Charles has dedicated himself to conservation organizations charged with protecting the special places in South Carolina. As chairman of the South Carolina Conservation Bank from 2002 to 2008, he helped to protect nearly 150,000 acres of important historical, cultural, and conservation properties across the state. He is both a founder and former chairman of the Ace Basin Task Force, established to provide land protection in the 350,000-acre Ace Basin River Corridor. Charles is now serving on the steering committee of the Rural Resource Coalition South Carolina to help the rural areas of South Carolina flourish sustainably. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation is pleased to award Charles Lane the Land Award for 2012. The Winyah Rivers Foundation's Waccamaw Riverkeeper program has volunteers operating in 6 teams at 12 locations along the Waccamaw River to monitor river water quality twice monthly and year-round. The more than 5 years of data they have gathered indicate river quality conditions over space and time for this important waterway. Seasonal river norms have been determined for each water quality parameter that are reported to local and state agencies responsible for the management of water quality. These volunteers represent the outstanding accomplishments a group of dedicated, organized citizens can achieve. They have succeeded in advancing the protection of water quality and this important habitat found in the Waccamaw watershed. For this, we present this year's Water Award to the Winyah River Foundation. Joshua Arentz shares his passion for the environment through numerous volunteer education events at state parks, national wildlife refuges, and other venues. He has worked in the conservation field for more than 10 years, with experience ranging from water quality monitoring to endangered species protection. Many groups have benefited from his energy and enthusiasm, including the South Carolina Wildlife Federation, by leading tours for the Women's Outdoor Recreation Retreat and Midland's Master Naturalist class. He helped to plan and also served as Master of Ceremonies for the first 2 Santee Birding and Nature Festivals. As he pursues higher education in the environmental field, his ultimate goal is to continue to share his knowledge with others. Congratulations to Joshua Arentz, recipient of a 2012 South Carolina Wildlife Federation Scholarship. For part of her graduate work, Pamela Corwin is gathering data on bird communities in abandoned low-country rice fields. The data she is gathering would be difficult to obtain without Pamela's perseverance and hard work, said her professor Paul Nolan. She has exceeded expectations by gathering 3 to 4 times the information originally hoped for. She is working on her degree in biology, in addition to working full-time for the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, serving as an active member of the South Carolina National Guard, and volunteering in her community. An accomplished artist and photographer, she has donated her works to nonprofit organizations, including the South Carolina Wildlife Federation. For her outstanding accomplishments, Pamela Corwin is a 2012 recipient of a South Carolina Wildlife Federation Scholarship. Will Brown has given extensively of his time and talent since becoming a donor and volunteer with the South Carolina Wildlife Federation in 2001 and a board member in 2007. He has been instrumental in the success of Wild Summer's night auction, donating countless hours attending planning meetings, soliciting and inquiring donations, transporting items, setting up and cleaning for each event, and helping to facilitate the live auctions. He also has volunteered at National Hunting and Fishing Day events and Earth Fair fundraisers. He most recently assisted the South Carolina Wildlife Federation with the Rural Resource Coalition's regional meeting in Dillon. We are pleased to present Will Brown with this year's F. Bartow Cup Award. Jerry Schrum, a longtime educator with the South Carolina Forestry Commission, is well known and respected in his field. He has led numerous programs and activities in schools, colleges, and the community, and encouraged thousands of South Carolinians to help conserve our precious environment. He has inspired teachers, educating them on hands-on, inquiry approach techniques to teach science, how to conduct natural history field trips, and Project Learning Tree environmental education activities. As a state Project Learning Tree leader, he mentored 7 teachers to achieve Natural Project Learning Tree Teacher of the Year status. Among numerous grants he secured for the state environmental projects was a grant to create trails, parking facilities, a trailhead, and signage at Harbison State Forest. The South Carolina Wildlife Federation recognizes Jerry Schrum with this year's Conservationist of the Year Award. John Frampton rose from the position of Assistant District Biologist in 1974 to Director of the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources in 2003. As Chief Administrator for Natural Resources in South Carolina, he is responsible for 5 divisions and a staff of more than 900 people at sites across the state. John has led DNR with skill and determination in the toughest financial period in its history. Active in regional, national, and international wildlife programs, he has received numerous honors and awards over his career. He was instrumental in the state's purchase of Jocassee Gorges from Duke Energy. Along with many representatives of Ducks Unlimited, the Nature Conservancy, and many other organizations, agencies, and landowners, John is credited with initiating the Ace Basin Project, recognized as one of the nation's most successful habitat protection initiatives. John Frampton is this year's recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award.